现场球朋友，大家好，我是团长 Matt。第一次在我们台钢练的主场跟大家见面，所以呢，想要跟大家现在培养一下我们主场的默契。待会会邀请我们的女孩还有大约来为大家示范我们的应援舞教学。所以呢，先用掌声欢迎我们的大约以及 Ghosthawks， 还有我们今晚的应援大来宾 Taka 以及 Taka 妹，欢迎。好的，那今天的应援教学呢，要先来教各位我们4首应援歌曲。首先，第一首是我们最新的得分歌。待会在我们歌曲当中呢，邀请各位一起大声喊出我们抬杠猎鹰，男人任性，抬杠猎鹰，男人任性。2次之后，再邀请各位喊出我们4次的抬杠猎鹰。OK， 那我们跟着音乐一起来练习喽 ，DJ。男人任性，抬杠猎鹰，男人任性，打出来，抬杠猎鹰，再一次抬杠猎鹰，换你们抬杠猎鹰，最大声抬杠猎鹰。OK， 这首就是我们最新的得分歌曲哦。那接下来交给各位的是我们的无惧之歌。这首歌呢，邀请各位一起大声的喊出 "Let's go 猎鹰 ，Let's go"， 一样，总共有4次的地方要交给各位来喊哈。那我们一样跟着音乐来练习 DJ。Let's go 猎鹰 ，Let's go。Let's go 猎鹰 ，Let's go。
球场手感火烫，猎鹰飞跃绽放光芒，从不畏惧眼前阻挡，胜利叫做创造辉煌。
Let's go 猎鹰 ，Let's go。
猎鹰飞跃绽放光芒
，Let's go 猎鹰 ，Let's go。
胜利叫做创造辉煌。
好的，这首就是我们的无惧之歌。OK， 那接下来第3首交给各位的是我们的鼓励之歌。当各位听到我们战斗永不止步的时候呢，邀请各位一起喊出抬杠猎鹰 ，OK？ 那歌曲中呢，也需要借各位的双手一起拍起来哈。那我们一样跟着音乐一起来练习 DJ。
越过赤裸的迷雾，团结让梦想再次绽放，不放弃，不放弃，绝不退缩。
来，双手借我。拍拍拍拍，
男人精神不会倒，逆境中显形，胜利更闪耀，不放弃，不放弃。
来，双手一起来，拍拍拍拍拍，抬杠猎鹰，拍拍拍拍拍，抬杠猎鹰，
永不放弃，这是我们的呐喊。
OK， 这首就是我们的鼓励之歌。那接下来交给各位的是我们胜利之歌。邀请各位在我们主场拿下胜利的时候，让我们全场一起拿出最嗨的情绪，一起来迎接这首歌曲。先来预习一下哈，希望各位今天可以拿出我们最大的声音，一起来迎接今天比赛的胜利。一样，让我们跟着音乐来练习 DJ。
球场火焰在燃烧，主场英雄无可挡，比分遥遥在领跑，掌声如潮汐激昂。
来一起哦！胜利场 ，OK， 这首就是我们胜利之歌。好，那第一阶段的应援教学呢，就到这边先告一段落哈。待会还会有我们第2阶段的应援教学要交给各位。先用掌声，谢谢我们的大元，还有我们的 Ghosthawks 以及 Taka 以及 Taka 妹，谢谢他们。好的，那我们双方球员停止练习。 好的，邀请各位将目光移向我们大荧幕，一起来欣赏台钢猎鹰年度形象影片。
部分，今年赛季正式的告一段落了。对，虎毛也落下了男儿泪。
为什么低头
我？想这就是所有人成长的养分。
因为真的就差一点点。
所有的球员一定会有所成长。
是不是可以再用力一点，再专注一点？
再快一点，再准一点，
再跳得高一点，再团结一点，再拼命一点。
We give it everything. So what's next?
各位现场的音乐军，各位球员朋友，大家好！我是议员团长 Mate， 欢迎大家莅临成功大学中正堂，一起来迎接我们台钢猎鹰主场的开幕战。历经我们休赛季的重整以及调整，今年我们已经全面准备好了。新赛季邀请各位一起全面出击。本周我们的主题 Engage 迎难而上，代表着我们全面出击、迎难而上的精神，更显现我们男人的骄傲。今天是我们的主场，邀请各位球员朋友一起拿出我们最大的热情、最整齐的加油声，为我们场上的球员加油。我们主场的气势、主场的声音，靠你我一起来营造。所以现在邀请各位拿出属于我们台钢猎鹰主场的热情，一起来迎接今天这场比赛。Are you ready？ 好嘞，倒数3、2、1后，给我最大的欢呼声！3、2、1。没错，这就是我们主场的热情，邀请各位维持这样的气势。待会在比赛当中持续帮我们的球员加油。那现在呢？现在欢迎我们今天的与会贵宾。首先欢迎的是我们台南市市长黄伟哲市长，欢迎。好，欢迎市长。好，那接下来欢迎的是我们台南市体育局局长陈良乾，欢迎局长，欢迎。好的，那接下来欢迎的是我们的 P.LEAGUE 副会长陈建州，陈副会长，欢迎。再次用掌声谢谢我们今天用行动支持台钢猎鹰的贵宾们。那接下来马上来为大家介绍我们做客来访新竹洋基工程的球员登录名单。背号4号江嘉乐，9号庄朝胜，10号徐巧龙，15号林志伟，27号张镇雅，37号马克思，66号戴维斯，94号乔治金。接下来为各位介绍新竹洋基工程先发5人名单。首先第一位0号叶维杰，1号杰克森，7号阿拉萨，13号高伟伦，49号库萨斯。总经理钱伟成，总教练李义华，助理教练蔡耀勋，助理教练纳基斯，防护员徐浩，防护员陈冠伦，体能训练师包俊兴。再次用不失礼貌的掌声欢迎我们做客来访的新竹洋基工程队。好，期待已久、任性太久的男人们， 在介绍球员出场之前，再次邀请各位将我们的目光移向大荧幕。 展翅翱翔，撼动浮沉，这是我们的主场，我们的家。现在，让我们用掌声欢迎台南台钢猎鹰主场球员进场。来，音速拉起 ，Are you ready？
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. We're counting down the last few Plus League games of 2025. In town are the Hsinchu Yankey Arc against the Tainan TSG Ghosthawks.
现在拿出我们的红伞，欢迎我们台南台钢猎鹰的球员进场。首先第一位，背号1号，猎鹰牧羊人王绿翔。接下来背号2号，精灵控卫张志豪。 接下来，背号7号，华裔射手崇义人。接下来登场的是背号8号，英雄狙击手林宇杰。背号13号，台钢魔兽谢宗荣。 背号15号，猎鹰新星林宇谦。背号18号，台南盖师傅盖比。接下来背号24号，台钢奶爸郭少杰。 接下来背号29号节奏魔术师多比。 接下来为各位介绍台南台钢猎先发5人名单 ，Starting Five。首先登场的是背号3号音速小子古毛维嘉。接下来登场的是背号4号微笑刺客迪蒙。 接下来登场的是背号6号蒙古超跑白色，背号12号古都巨塔贝纳斯，再来登场的是我们背号23号钢铁英雄陈范博耶。 总经理王成伟，总教练柯纳，助理教练祥恩，助理教练柯诗，助理教练邱品莲。再次用掌声以及欢呼声欢迎我们台钢猎鹰的球员们！来，请双方球员握手致意。
These two teams are coming off a long break as scheduled to benefit the national squad Chinese Taipei in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. 41 days for the Ghosthawks, 40 days off for the Arcs. As the Pilots notched a third victory on the season against the Braves to move up to 3 wins, 0 losses. The Ghosthawks currently sitting at 2nd place, and the Arcs are looking for their first victory as a franchise newly formed for this Plus League season. The Braves and Pilots matched up last Thursday and looked a little bit rusty. How will the other two teams fare? We'll find out tonight. When we saw the Arcs, they followed the Ghosthawks by scoring 60 points in the first half against the Braves. But the young team showed their weakness on the defensive end, plus the Braves went on a heater, a record 74 points in the second half, en route to the most points scored in a game at 133. When we last saw the Ghosthawks, they defied the prognosis with their lone import. Damon Brooks led the team to the 3rd greatest margin of victory in the past 2 Plus League regular season, 112 points to 76 on the Braves home opener. So what a spoiler, but they will have 3 imports in the lineup tonight. On the Mandarin broadcast, on the left is Julian Lin Zilong, and on the right is Jason 黄崇超。球迷朋友们，你找了官方的英文转播，要听到志龙跟崇超的讲评，当然就按照中文的转播连接。谢谢你的收看，记得 Plus 的转播都要帮我们按赞。Pre-game, Jason caught up with the head coach of the Arcs, Li Yihua, or also known as Guangge, asking about the gap between their first game and their second game in the season, and also about their new import that they just had the paperwork completed for yesterday. He'll be in the lineup tonight. That man is George King Jr. wearing number 94. But Guangge pregame.
从来没有遇过这种打完一场比赛后休了40几天了，但是这40几天实际上对我们来讲是比较有利的，因为我们球员成军的时间比较短，所以各个球员来自于各队，不管是在经验的磨练啊，或是基本动作上面来讲，还欠缺蛮多，所以我们刚好利用这40几天，基本上从他们的基本动作开始重新教起，然后球员之间的互相的了解默契那当然也找了好几个不同层级的球队来做一些很多的练习赛，所以我想说这个40天对我们来讲是蛮有收获的。其实我们观察了乔治金蛮久，所以才签入这位球员。事实上，他的球风可以从1号打到4号，不管是投篮啊，或是防守啊，甚至爆发力都是蛮好，所以他整个进来之后会对球队有更大的化学效益。
Yihua sharing that it is very unusual to have such a long break, but they're a new team, so they could benefit the most from it. And they went back to fundamentals during the break, found multiple opponents to scrimmage with during that break as well. And as for their new import king, has the ability to play 1 through 4, can shoot, can defend, and most excitingly is an explosive player. He's been on their team's radar for a while. On the other side, the captain of the squad and 5-year plus league player now, Ghosthawks, was asked about the work between the players and the coaching staff, and then their expectations now that all the imports are ready to go.
首先要先谢谢我们的教练团，就是帮我们收集了这么完整的情报报告。那就是对我们来说，在场上大家就是各司其职嘛，然后做好教练赛前的指定，那就会做就会有好的结果这样子。我们从休赛季到甚至到开季前，对富邦那一场之前，就是还没完整体嘛。那今天真的蛮期待，就是3个洋将一起在场就是登陆，然后大家完成了一起去赢下一场胜利这样子。
Ghosthawks sharing that thanks to the coaching staff to give the squad a very complete scout on the Braves, and they all have different roles out there, so do as the coaches say, and the results will follow. And asked about the squad shaping into form, saying very excited since training camp even. They'd even have the whole allotment of imports, so especially here at home, excited to go out to get the victory. Last season, the Ghosthawks were a 500 team at home, and they were eliminated by the Braves by winning one, then losing a second game in the playoffs last season, so looking to work on that. So we'll introduce the 2 new imports. On the left, Lithuanian big Benes Grasinosas, 230-centimeter big. Might be flanked in the game by Tobin Carberry, who's been with the team ever since the preseason, but was dealing with different injuries, including a hamstring strain. So for those of you who've been watching Plus League basketball, you might think Coach Raul Corner likes to bring in import guards, and Carberry, in essence, in the place of Brendan Frazier. And we'll see how they profile on the floor. The Ghosthawks, I think, also need to be shouted out for their defensive effort the last few games. They held the Braves to a season 6 low of 76 points, and not quite in a victory effort, but they have held the Pilots to their low this season of 101 points. And the biggest thing about this Ghosthawks squad defensively is they have held their opponents to a very slow pace. Only 89 possessions per game. That's counting field goals, free throw attempts, and turnovers and offensive rebounds. The historic low also represents the historic low of Plus League scoring defense. It was the season 3 Pilots, led first year by Erie Caminos. Their pace of 87.4 possessions per game.
那也谢谢谢会长，也感谢所有的观众，谢谢2队精彩的比赛，欢迎来台南。
好的，再次掌声，谢谢我们的市长黄伟哲市长。好的，那现在先有请我们市长呢拿着我们的球鞋来拍一张独照哦，让我们先看一下前方的摄影师。
From near and afar. This is the longest and most historic city of the island of Formosa, then Taiwan. We're running close to the tip-off of the game. It will be on the left, Yulong, Lai Jianzong, and Wang Yuhe from left to right. A very special setup Through unfortunate circumstances, the shot clocks above the baskets will not be working. It will be worked by staff members on the floor. The Arcs will have the starting lineup of Warren Yeweji, first overall pick, Lauren Jackson at point, Alasang, Zozo Gawelo, and Gondas Kupsas. On the Ghosthawks side, it'll be point guard Gumal Weijia, Damon Brooks, Mongolia's Baisa, Christinas, and Chen Boyan, who signed with the team as a free agent. The Ghosthawks will be wearing their maroon and gold kit. The Arc will be in white. We will see the Arc's home venue at Hsinchu City next weekend for their home opener. As I'm sure our fans are super familiar with Taoyuan Arena and Taipei Heping Gymnasium, home of the Pilots and Brave respectively. All right, finally have all of our festivities done. And we're ready for basketball. Tipped up, and the Arcs will control. They made a change with their starting lineup as Yeweji dribble drive and a pull-up shot left short. Trying to find his shooting touch at the pro level, to say the least. Jackson going under the screen as Gumal fires away. That's wayward as Alasang, international student out of Taiwan Art University in Taipei. Short handoff to Jackson, who's looking for the ball screen from Kupsas, the double team. And 3 seconds on the shot clock, fired up by Yeweji. Down for it, and it will fly out of bounds to the back of the media row. Gawelun is in for former Taiwan Trust and then pilot Tanyure, who is not even active for tonight's action. Meanwhile, on the Ghosthawks side, number 23, Tenfan Boyan, or Phil. 2 games off the bench as we have a drive that draws a foul. Tenfan is taking the place of Guo Shaojie, who started the first 2 games for the Ghosthawks. Ghosthawks head coach is Raul Korner from Austria. Warren, missing the first free throw, was 2 for 17 in his pro debut. Sure had the green light and did make both of his free throws. Goes 1 for 2 tonight to start things off on the scoreboard. Past the 1 minute mark to start the game as a player goes down, and a reverse lay-in by Baisa. Simple ball screen and go. Lauren Jackson will bring it up 173 centimeters. Will get it back and clear out some room. 1 ball screen heading right. Jackson fires away from the TSG logo, in and out as Kupsas, the and one over fellow Lithuanian. By a quick flip through the Taiwan pro basketball history books, Benes Christinas is the 4th Lithuanian import. Ghosthawks was actually the first, I believe, way back in 2021 when he played for the Kaohsiung Aquas and was a monster then. Still easily stuffed. There's the defensive prowess. Ghosthawks even a little out of position, still had that long reach. Slippery floor. Chen still stuck on the deck. Finally retreats out. Shot goes up by Baisa, and it's Alasang with the board. Edgaras Zilonis has played for a couple clubs. Ghosthawks tries the 15-footer in the middle. Alasang with a chance, a bounce pass, and Ghosthawks earned himself a trip to the line. Rebounding by Alasang is becoming a big factor early on. Try to knock it off of a Ghosthawk out of bounds, and it turned into a perfect assist opportunity. And the modern basketball rule books, if the free throw shooter makes either of their 1, 2, or 3 free throw attempts, that counts as an assist. God, these kids. And there it goes. Alasang's got himself a dime. The last name we have not mentioned, Edgaras Makchevis, played for the Ghosthawks and then the Kaohsiung Leopards. So there's your rundown on Lithuanian imports. Brooks keeps the play alive, tried to shovel it around. As Chen leaves it short. I believe that's Alasang's 4th rebound on the game. He just hits the 9-minute mark. A little bit too much mustard on that outside shot. Swing over. Driving kick. Baisa with a runner off the backboard. The 28-year-old Mongolian last season was a regular in the starting lineup. Alasang trying to crash through, and with a left-handed tomahawk. Bounced that ball all the way to the concession stands. Looks like the Ghosthawks defense did not have enough to wall him off. Grisionis ended up on the deck as they mopped the floor and straightened out the net. A 7-4 start for the Yankee Arc with 8:16 on the first quarter clock. Little action as they count it. Benas gets a little revenge on the pin down action. I think that was floppy as they had 2 shooters screened for on the 2 blocks. Which turns into a 2-man game. If the trailing defender doesn't follow enough, that pass is very easy. Miss on the free throw as the Ghosthawks show a little 2-2-1 pressure. Jackson from the right wing, close. Chance for the Ghosthawks to run. Gumal demonstrating his best ability. As Damon Brooks step back 3 short and falls out of bounds. On the play, Alasang maybe took a little hit to the sternum. Galway flings it out of bounds. Pretty careless with the pass, feeling a little defensive pressure. Last season, he got a nickname of Zozo or So-So from Isaiah Briscoe, even though his listed nickname was Allen. It does look like an Allen. Ghosthawks, kind of a 1-4 look, looking down low for Phil. A little split action. Chen putting it on the deck and not finding a good look. 4 seconds on the shot clock as Gumal flings it up and off of a Ghosthawk and out of bounds. No love from the officials as Gumal went to the deck. On the low block, now to the elbow as the double comes. From 15 feet will miss. He had a shooter out to the right. We got ourselves a game clock. A little big-to-big action. Damon Brooks floats it in. Brooks won Player of the Week when he helped the Ghosthawks with their improbable victory over the Braves, but maybe they believe themselves big time. Jackson floating right, will miss short this time. So for over on the game as Gumal, tough move, gets the drop. Ghosthawks taking the 10-7 lead. How about Kupsas showing off the range? The Ghosthawks and the Aquas did play each other for 3 seasons in the now defunct T1. So the Ghosthawks fans might be a little perplexed by Kupsas. Passing it up to Damon Brooks. That rolls out, and let's see the referee's call. They say off of red. As substitutions incoming after the timeout. How about a 10 for 10? Start to this ball game. Ghosthawks versus Arcs. We'll be back after this.
来，一起跟着女孩跳起来。 双手一起，拍拍拍拍。好，来，双手准备一起，大力的拍起来，拍拍拍拍。抬杠猎鹰，拍拍拍拍拍，抬杠猎鹰。 OK， 好，相信各位又再更熟悉了一次，对不对？那我们再来跳一次，好不好？我们再跟着女孩来练习一次哦。
Thanks for tuning in to this broadcast of Plus League Basketball. Your likes on the YouTube live stream are appreciated. You look at some of the faces in the crowd here at Tsinghua University's Zhongzhentang. The Ghosthawks have adopted it as their home, which, if you talk to their team staff, it was the plan many years ago, but it wasn't quite ready for action. There's a few tweaks in the building since we were last here several months ago. Guo Shaojie and number 2 Zhang Zihao, second-year player. One of only 2 left out of Songsan High School as a fist is put up. They call a foul. Our corner is chased to his box, and I think he does have a little bit of an argument. There was a lot of ball on that one.
It's like this. Yeah, it's wrong. That's why I'm complaining. If you would make red calls, I wouldn't complain.
You look the Ghosthawks have 4 team fouls as Jackson from 17 feet off the mark. Hall has shown remarkable improvement from his rookie season. Testament to how much an offseason can make a difference, especially first year to second year pros. Going the other way, floating it up a little strong, got his own board back. Reset of the shot clock. Baisa off of one leg, got the touch. Ghosthawks again taking the lead. Hall is also joined by second-year Ethan Zhongyuren. Another foul will send the Arcs to the free throw line. If they give us some stats, I'll give you an update as see Baisa, a little unconventional, but got it to work. Changes for both teams. You'll be familiar with Chinese Taipei, former Brave Xie Zongrong, or Jimmy. He's out there with Carberry, number 29. And on the Arc side, changes to their front court. As Allen takes these free throws, you might see at the top of the Arc, number 66, Quincy Davis. He is a local player in the Plus League for his many years of service for Chinese Taipei. Joined in the front court by the newest member of the Arcs, George Xavier King Jr. from Fayetteville, North Carolina. That means Jacob Coles, according to the Plus League rulebook, will be out for a month. Carberry short on her first attempt. Awesome. A middle pass in some trouble. Ghosthawks a little mixed up defensive assignment though, as looks like we have a technical issue with our clock. Put Kupsas back in. I think that was a playful slap against Quincy Davis's shoulder. Allen working left as King will take the deep three, and he's run into. Missed the shot, but how about a chance at the free throw line to get warmed up? Ghosthawks might be lucky to get away. Common foul. The landing area, definitely something the Plus League put in the rule book as for an unsportsmanlike. If the defending player is over aggressive. So there's King, drafted in 2018 by Phoenix, but not before. A long career at Colorado. So it was the pre-NIL and transfer windows galore player. Getting the bounce. Jacob Coles in the Arcs debut played 13 minutes off the bench. Had a very efficient 17 points, only 2 boards. Once again, the Arc are looking for defense too. Back in the lead, 15-12 as Brooks screens for Carberry. They switch the action to the left side. Brooks screens again. Hall not going too aggressively yet until a one-handed layup is swatted. Just a second left, and I think it's too late for Ghosthawks. Be interesting to ask the FTV staff how they're producing the game now that the above the backboard shot clock, game clock is is not working. They always point a camera at one of the clocks to show it on the score bug. Not the case tonight. King, a little handoff and stripped out of bounds, and they say off of white. A good defensive effort. Carberry handoff going the other way. It's a stagger swing for Ghosthawks. For Brooks, poked away. Warren switching sides, putting up big block. And out of bounds, Damon Brooks with the defensive effort. Let's take another look at a good deflection. And Ye Weijie beat one man, could not beat a second. Corner, King rattles it home. Same play, but a counter as Carberry goes baseline. Jackson standing him up. And Jackson coaxes the offensive foul. Shoved so much, he needs an equipment adjustment. Anyway, Jay will head off for Zhang Zhenyang as we see the height difference with a little bit of a trap for Carberry, whose elbow went to Jackson's face. Jackson wants to be off ball as King will dribble it up. Had a stint in the PBA as Alasang going underneath and a travel is called. Alasang doesn't have a lot of pro experience as he actually almost was held out his entire first year. Played a little against or in the SPL for the Taiwan Beer. Zhang Zihao given so much space. And we'll see about the foul though, off ball. Zihao to Carberry. Time winding out Brooks over 2 arcs, gets it in. Quincy Davis and making his way out on the floor, leads it away. Pressure defense now by the Ghosthawks as Jackson working from the top, slippery floor, short on the 3 again. Tough angle as Damon Brooks up close, in. Under 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Yankee Arcs, a new team in the Plus League. And thus playing the Ghosthawks for the first time. Davis screens for King. Can't get the angle. King from the free throw area. Left dribble. Got it. In his film in the PBA, took a lot of the now very famous 4-pointer. Whistle as time was counting down. Look. Damon Brooks, a natural lefty shooter. And just so heady as to where that rebound's going to fall. Another off-ball foul. And I think that will be the Arcs' 4th as a squad. Versiones will be joined by number 18, Gaipi. International student out of Wannan Technical University. Jersey's tough as they run Iverson cut. Harper shoots it. And a rebounding foul. We'll get to see the free throw shooting chops. Versiones, the 31-year-old, a two-time college transfer. He last played for Rasta in Germany, Bundesliga. Davis beats Ghosthawks to the board, and the Arcs have a chance for a 2-for-1. Working at the top, faces two defenders and just dribbles it off of a Ghosthawk out of bounds. Besides Jackson, the Arcs are running a very tall lineup. Number 27, Zhang Zhenya, 194 centimeters tall. 6 seconds on the clock. Jackson, dribble pull-up three, looking for it, and still can't find it as leads it away. No good on the putback. Zanzanya wide open from the left, and that'll get the fortuitous bounce. Lyle made a couple of shots in the Arcs' debut. Time running down. Ghosthawks, the dribble pull-up counter is not there. The first quarter is in the books. Thanks, folks, for weathering the technical difficulties earlier in the ball game. 23 for the Arcs, 16 for the Ghosthawks. After the first quarter of play, we'll be stepping aside and back with the action after this.
Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing, bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time! It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time. Go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. A jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock.
让我们用掌声谢谢 Vista 带来非常甜美的表演，谢谢他们。精彩赛事马上就要开始哦，让我们再把注意力移到我们场中，持续帮我们台钢猎鹰加油！
The Plus League has an English Instagram account at P.LEAGUE_EN for more Plus League content. The Ghosthawks will start off with the basketball, held to 16 points in the first quarter. The size of the Yankee arcs might be a problem as Carberry leaves it short. Gabby pokes it up and to a teammate. And going through the middle, Benas with the lay-in. The newest member of the Tainan TSG Ghosthawks, Prisiones, coming over to help. As the arc swing it around, Jackson from 17, still off target. There's a few very off shooting performances in the game. Jackson 0 for 7. The Ghosthawks 0 for 9 from three-point range. As Gabby drives and a whistle comes to stop the play. And a look at the high pick and roll. Arc sizing up with Kupsas coming back in. Arc's basically playing two power forwards as Kumal off the backboard finally connects for the Ghosthawks. That'll help them on their way to this comeback. A flick of the basketball, Zozo jumps on it, leads it away, fakes him out, and can't finish the lay-in. The referees indicate a shot clock violation. Early in this season, Kumal Weijia, a 5 for 12 three-point shooting season prior to tonight. Carberry was in space as Gabby darts to the right. Looking for the ball screen. They got the switch. Going against George. Got a crease, and the jumper is good. A smooth move as the Arcs go to the scorer's table. They call timeout. A 7-0 run by the Ghosthawks to start the second quarter. We'll be back after the following messages for you, the dear viewer.
好的，现在邀请想要玩我们场中活动的球朋友在哪里？来，想玩中场的球朋友在哪里？让我听听你们的欢呼声。好，来，拿到球的球朋友，待会场中可以跟我们的女孩一起进行活动哈。不要忘记持续拿出我们的声音。
23-23 here in the second quarter. Zhang Taosen, number 9, will bring the ball across the timeline. Running low on the shot clock. George King looking to take Carberry on the post. The double comes. Big skip pass to George. His three just grazes the rim. Sneaking on is number 7, Ethan Zhongyiren. Carberry from the corner, short. Another Ghosthawks opportunity. Gabby runs into the defense, and a whistle comes. You're gonna look at Lin Ziwei's left hand get underneath. Early foul troubles for the Arcs actually belong to Lin Ziwei with 2 personal. Alasang fouled out in his debut, playing less than 28 minutes, as did Galway Lun, who only played 18 minutes. Ghosthawks back up front. The Arcs still looking for their first score of the game as number 37, Marcus Perk, situated near side on the wing. Pretty collapsed defensive look as King up fake to a fadeaway, no good. Nobody else touched the basketball in the front court. Taltalsa and Mordobi tries to chase through them all around the screen. King a sweet feed as Koopsas is hit, but no call. He's been underneath, finding a crease, and put it up before a miss. Numbers up ahead for the Arcs. Hoist one up, and it's another stop for the Ghosthawks. Couple of rush screens, stagger for Carberry. The 18-footer hits. And the run continues. It's an 11-0 streak. And a charge is called against King. I think taking Arc's frustration out. Well, it looked like a surefire assist, and maybe Gabby touched the basketball before running into Koopsas's chest. Well, certainly a very close play. In baseball, we use the word bang bang to indicate how close things are on force plays, for example. Maybe tack plays, but more often use that first. Same formation. Handoff to Baisa, over to Brooks. Gumal with some daylight, his 3 too strong, and again the Arcs not blocking out. Ethan after his jab, his 3 is no good. And another rebound. Guess who it is? A little 2-on-1 on the side. Koopsas can't influence a miss. The Ghosthawks are red hot. Forcing it from the corner. Uruguay stops the ball. So he has mismatched as Gumal running the show. From up close, drops it in softly. A couple players go down, but hopefully they're all right. Our 2 Lithuanian imports. Timeout called on the floor as the Arcs have yet to score in the second quarter. King ensuring that the attendants clean up the floor. A lot of slippages in the early parts of this game as we get close to the Arcs timeout. Well, defense seemed to be the issue as the Arcs allowed 59 points to the Braves in the first half, and then, as mentioned, a record 74 points in the second half en route to a 133-point record. defensively. On the offensive end, it's been a lot of isolation basketball, and the Ghosthawks aren't even pushing the pace as much as they could. But on the offensive end, in the half court, they've been grabbing so many offensive rebounds. The Ghosthawks, I'm looking at the box scores here on the Plus League website. 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. After, is that right? 6 in the first quarter as well. Well, with under 7 minutes to go here in the first half, still make things right. Galway spins around the defense. A lot of dribbling behind the back as Kupsas lifts it and flushes it. Finally, the streak is broken. Trying to stay with Baisa, back pass. Grisiones miss, and look who it is. As my sister might suggest, there might be some stat padding in that sequence. Ball gets away, and Ethan using the handles of it. Ghosthawks keep. Grisiones, the foul, count it. Avalanche of Ghosthawk attack. A little bit of reprieve by number 49, Kupsas. And as Grisiones will make the free throw as well. That puts him at 11 points, the team high. Off on screens as Warren, a dribble pull-up, downs the jumper. Very different shot profile than what we were seeing in his debut. Now a zone look. Dumped off underneath. Ball gets away, and so a score and a stop for the Arc. Trying to get back in this game. Warren floats it up and gets the whistle. Brooks, as part of his 36-point effort, also pulled down 9 rebounds all the way back on November 8th. That's right, that's the last time the Ghosthawks played. The Arcs played the next night. So now a 3-possession game. Arcs 2 possessions in a row in this 2-3 zone. Kupsas in the middle. 2 point guards up top as Baisa with a little daylight overshoots it, and a foul on the rebound. By efficiency, this must be the most insane streak of rebounding. You see Kupsas' left arm inside the pocket. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Take all the shots.
at the free throw line. 5 for 6 from the field. Doesn't quite feel like it. He's also been fouled a couple times, so that'll augment things. He goes 1 for 2 on this trip. I presume they're going to protect Koopsas by subbing him out. George and George will come on together. Dribbling against Baisa. King at 198 centimeters, dishes it to Jackson. Baseline move, no. It's still a 2-3 zone look. Leaks away in the middle. And a pass right over Ghosthawks' head. To Alasang, and a tough move makes it. Had to climb over his own teammate. That was the biggest obstacle for number 7, Alasang Juf. The Ghosthawks call timeout with their lead trimmed down to 6. Alasang, when he was in college, especially in his latter years, was an absolute monster in points, rebounds, and block shots.
Jimmy. Okay, you're a point guard. Guys, against that zone, stop throwing the ball all over.
Once again, the 2 graduates of the Arc's very first game, Alasang scoring 15 points, including the first points as a franchise, a monster dunk. But he was very physical, overly physical, pushing on so many possessions, the 6 fouls to be expected. Meanwhile, on the other side, Galway Lun, in his rookie season for the now defunct Kaohsiung Steelers, was an aggressive defender, and that's what earned him playing time, but it did not. Kind of snuck up on me how he fouled out of that game. You can follow along with the statistics of tonight's matchup. PLEAGUEofficial.com/game/667 for the code for this game. Our partners of the Plus League. Next turn for the website, Synergy Statistics, and Preciser compiling it all. Let's see what the Ghosthawks have out of a timeout. Deflected pass, and Carberry to start over again with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Deflected pass again, and Brooks wings it almost as Alasang gets the board. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. King at the mid post, up fakes and a bucket. King now with double-digit scoring, the first of the Arcs tonight. Carberry looking for a crease, takes a tumble as Tefan left wide open, and there it is, a bingo from the right corner. Ghosthawks previously only had 1-3 as a whistle comes. When he was driving to the basket, getting a look at King, even with a slip of the foot, faked out his opponents. And wide as the Pacific he was. There you see Alasang stuck to the wrong man on that sequence. King, a catch and shoot. 3 bigs, all on the right side. As King tries another dribble pull up. On the other side, Faisant in the painted area. And And out of bounds, though, Chen. The classic lunge step. Happens so often now, the prevalence of the three-point shot. Got a couple minutes to go. Ghosthawks up by 7 as King drives baseline. He's got a crease and in. King's parents, both members of the U.S. military. Deservedly a lot of recognition and honors. Damon Brooks, lucky man there. Trying to break the seal. All right, but up close. How about Warren with a catch and shoot opportunity, and it dances off the rim. Well, I think there's rust going around in this game. The Arcs just about 30% from the field. Ghosthawks 17 for 42. By sides catch and shoot. Man down court. And touched out of bounds by Phil, playing the deep safety. I'll say the Arcs did not have that big of a problem scoring the basketball. They end up with 106 against the Braves in their debut, but scoring in this one lackluster as Jackson gets one to fall from the right corner. Hammer action as Chen does not counter. Alasong brushes it out of bounds. Flop warning against Jackson. The previous record was as Shizuomo misses the jumper, and a man up ahead, open court as Alasong Juf with a clutching hammer. Ghosthawks called their second and our final timeout as the margin is now shrunken to 2 points. I want to see that one again. As Alasong bringing it from right around his sternum and above the rim, and good. Chance to show off in the open floor. As I was saying, the Lioneers allowed 132 points to the Pilots in the inaugural Plus League season.
Okay, we got last shot. Zone man to man, doesn't matter. Boom. Roll. Okay, hey, second one. Up. Actually, let's go like this. Damon, Jimmy. Okay, Damon, you roll first. Jimmy, you roll second, set screen. Okay, Damon, read this. If they switch screen, you roll man. Come up, look, boom, boom. Run it with speed. Yeah, double drag, so man to man, doesn't matter. All right, let's go, come on. Team, 1, 2, 3, team.
Showing off the highlight package of number 4, Damon Brooks, the only import that the Ghosthawks kept from last season to this season. 8 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block shot. He's trailing a new teammate Encarnaciones, though, who's nearing a, oh, not that close. 12 points, 10 rebounds. You know, Brooks and Jimmy involved in the screening action as Brooks. Tough move, can't get it to fall. 3 seconds left. And no clock. Might have had something to do with the lack of execution there at the end. So the Ghosthawks will head to the lockers with a 42-40 lead against the Yankee Engineering Arcs on their second road game.
我们的主场。张开红色的翅膀，往天空飞翔。就算长风呼啸，挡不住梦想。迈向全新的世界，全新的战场，再次郑重待发，冒险就要起航。对挑战重重阻挡，我们在彼此的身旁，用热情追寻胜利的方向。用音速飞翔，点燃天空战场，勇敢不退让，捍卫猎鹰家乡。大声的呐喊，自血脉喷张，就像南方的太阳，在火焰之中发出重生光芒，用南方力量锻造钢铁翅膀，一次次敲打，我只会更坚强，全力进攻，留下胜利在我们的主场。
再次用掌声谢谢 Ghosthawks 带来精彩的表演。好的，现在也有请刚刚。
The next East Asia Super League game is Christmas Eve at Taipei Hoping Gymnasium. The Taipei Fubon Braves take on the Seoul SK Knights at 7:30. The lights are back on here at National Tsinghua University's gym, where the Ghosthawks trying to notch a home opening victory. There's the combined team statistics, where we have points, field goal shooting, three-point shooting, rebounds, assists, and turnovers from top to bottom. most notably the Arcs are playing a much bigger lineup, but the fact is the three-point shooting in the modern basketball is actually changing up some previously held notions about what size really means, because if you're a traditionalist, you'll see that a team with bigger size should not be losing 34-23 on the rebounding side. Well, if you look at the advanced stats, which I can see with a box score handed to me, the Ghosthawks lead in the points in the paint 32-16, and they also lead in the second chance points 12-6. The Arcs do find a little bit of a viable strategy in their zone defense, because with their length, they do get in the passing lanes, and if they get turnovers, we see Alasang's finish with the monster dunk in the open court. That is very viable for them, because defensive rebounding to transition offense, like the Braves and Pilots like to do so much, well, that's not quite there in this one. But credit to the Arcs for weathering the Ghosthawks, who went on a 15-0 run at the start of the second quarter and pulled it to within 2. And you might have saw from the box score, we have a combined 6 for 36 three-point shooting start. 1 out of 6 is not a good percentage. And it'll be my guess that if any individual makes 2 three-pointers in the second half, they might be the hero of this one, give their team a big scoring boost. We'll go to a timeout and a break before the next segment in our broadcast.
OK， 谢谢两位新的球朋友，也用掌声谢谢我们的丽娜还有慧琪。 谢谢他们。好的，那我们精彩赛事待会马上就要开始了，邀请各位持续拿出我们声音，帮我们抬杠力加油，谢谢。
We're about 5 minutes away from the start. The scoring leaders on the ARC side has our new import George King with 12 points. Starters Kupsas and Alasang following up with 9 and 6 points. Ye Weijie off to a better shooting start than his debut with 5. And Zhang Zhenyang coming off the bench, pitching in one of the 4 threes by the Arcs in the first half. Meanwhile, on the Ghosthawks side, their new import, Bei Na Si is his Mandarin name. He goes by Grecionas. He has 12 points, followed by Damon Brooks with 8. Human Weijie got the start, 7 points, along with number 6, who has 6 in Bai Sa. Two teams will switch sides, and a 2-point ball game with 1 half to play. To look through the Plus League history books on December 20th, we have to go all the way back to 2020, where the Pilots defeated the Dreamers 103-83. That was the day after the Plus League's inaugural game in Zhanghua, as Aaron is catching up with Coach Raul Corner.
台钢猎鹰主场的开幕战，我们在场边访问到的是猎鹰的总教练科纳教练。Okay, Coach, for Benes and Tobin, this is the very first time they play in Plus League. So, what do you think of their performance so far?
Their performance doesn't really matter. I'm more worried about. What is worried? I'm focused on the team's performance. Right now, we're too hesitant. We're too shy overall. And 2 players cannot fix this, so no matter how they play, we got to look to shoot the ball. We got to shoot with confidence. We cannot be timid. It's very obvious we don't have a rhythm. I mean, how can you have a rhythm if you play 2 official games in 4 months? But then we have to be very good defensively, and we're not. So right now, either end, we got to fix it. I prefer that we started on defense, that we control the rebound, that we don't allow any fast break points, that we apply more pressure, and then offense will come.
Talking about team performance, the shooting outside the 3-point line was not that good. What kind of adjustment that you should make for the second half?
Was not good. It's very nicely put. It was terrible. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't look to shoot aggressively, you're not going to make your shot. Like if your shot is always your second option, you're not going to hit. And that's a little bit how we played. We were taking shots that we didn't really want to take, although we were wide open. So shooters have to shoot. And I have enough players. Like if you don't hit your shots, I'll find somebody else. But shoot the ball, right? And so it's about getting a little rhythm, getting a little confidence. I think if 1 or 2 drop, you're going to see a different team.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
好，访问到科纳教练，第一个问题是讲到了，就是2位新洋将啊，第一场的比赛，那他觉得说，目前上半场有一些的状况，并不是2个球员能够解决的，主要还是团队的表现。已经1个月的时间没有比赛，要去抓一下节奏，所以这个是全队都要来帮忙的。第二个问题讲到是3分球在上半场他们的命中率大概只有11%左右，他说。必须要有敢出手的球员，那基本上目前现在这个节奏也都不太对，他会想办法找到愿意出手、愿意去投球，然后把球投进的球员，让大家在场上进行比赛。好，这是在半场所做到的访问，我们休息一下，广告之后回来。
There's another game tomorrow. The Ghosthawks will welcome the Taoyuan Pilots. Also a 5 p.m. tip, just like tonight. We still have the issue of the shot clock and game clock not being able to be displayed above the baskets. And you can see it on your score bug, but that's utilizing the camera on the big scoreboard in the arena, and then on the mobile scoreboards in the corners. The action starts off with the Arcs getting an open look for Jackson, and he doesn't miss. Was only 1 for 10 in the first half. I want him to be the engine. He did dish out 4 assists as Chen gets the counter. A 3-point response for him. As much as the Arcs looked like they had a overly reliant isolation offense, they actually had more assists than the Ghosthawks. Jackson from 20 feet nearly, and an erroneous tip of the basketball. Ball for White on the offensive end. Kupsas double teamed, and will be the second personal foul of Grecionas.
House down!
From an ill-advised long range, Warren misses the 3. Zone underneath, a nice no-look pass for Gumal to Brooks. And a courageous move, Galway Lund gets to the cup. He's beating the shot blocking of Brooks. Now Jackson on the bottom of the zone, next to Kupsas, as Gumal coaxes a whistle. Nifty timing move there. If we get another look, either you have to meet the ball handler, or you have to keep contact and connection with the floater on the baseline. This season has only taken 1 free throw before tonight.
Okay, 1. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got a rebound, we got a rebound. We got a rebound. We got a rebound.
Back to Kupsas, who's quickly doubled. Warren, pass deflected. Isai's got 1 man to beat, and touchdown. And another Gumal assist. Kupsas made a deep shot in the first half on a thread of pass. Double goes again, and The arc can't rotate it around that fast. There's Galway-Lun. He fires away and drops the 3. Ghosthawks are doubling Ghosthawks on the block aggressively, and the arc not really rotating it all the way around as fast as they can. I think a similar look the other way as the top of the zone defense called for blocking against Gumal. 2 team fouls for each team. Lysov stopped his dribble and just left short. Jackson got him up in the air, a dribble pull-up just off as Kupsas kept in bounds. I realized that was possible with the big boats on his feet. Trying to go down low. Look what I found. Kupsas rolls it out. Little give and go, and yes, actually it's a pick and roll. Crisiones from Gumal again. He's racking up the assists. Going backdoor, Warren with a two-handed jam. Still a close game. 53 for the Ghosthawks, 50 for the Arc as tipped, keeping it in bounds. Warren's got another chance. And with a lefty lay-in, a personal 4-point run. The step back, almost, as Brooks in better position. Over the top, yes. Some weakness on that side of the floor for the Arcs. They're trying to put Alasung and Warren on the side. The foul does come as they say the Ghosthawks weren't sliding their feet enough. The execution of the pass is one thing, but the timing also so important, as demonstrated by Gumal on the previous replay. And Yaweji is showing off his hops. I feel like this is really the focus of his game he needs to maintain right now. And not necessarily the outside shooting. That will come. Galway-Lun has not missed yet tonight. If you can believe it, 2 for 2 from the field and now 4 for 4 from the line. He also has 3 assists. Physical play as Ghosthawks left open from the corner. No. Pulls up from 3, and the Arcs on the board as Alasung spinning counter with a right-handed push. Yes. Actually more of a hook shot than a push shot as the Arcs have taken the 1-point lead. Ghosthawks just screens as Gumal tries to find space. Coaxing his defender the wrong way, putting it up, and a money. Gumal now up to 11 points on the night. George Brooks. And Traciones going a backwards hook shot. Didn't realize that was in the repertoire. Now Gumal feeling himself, knocks down the 3-2. Quick speed move, and that'll be the Ghosthawks. Another team foul. They'll talk it over as 5:37 left in the third quarter. The Hawks have a 4-point lead. Ghosthawks refurbishing the bleachers on the first floor here at National Tsinghung University. Even the mascot of the Kaohsiung Hawks in to celebrate the home opener. King slip of the hand, and it's going the other way. Eight seconds on the clock. Damon Brooks putting the moves on King. A running hook, no. Oh, and spins into some trouble, keeping his pivot foot. Check out what sneakers he wears. And a little too strong on the pass. Galwiland sees it go out of bounds. Positioning, but a good defensive move by King. Now he's got some room. Wallace onto his flank. Now Galwiland, recipient of the catch, as bodies go down. A Ghosthawks with a counter break and a monster block. Warnier waits for his teammates. Now dribble pull out. There it is. Much better rhythm now. In the third quarter, we're seeing a little bit more rotation, though. The Hawks, the Ghosthawks that is, still with Gumal and others in the starting lineup. J air ball, so no reset of the shot clock and a violation. Back and forth included King showing off the hops in support of his teammate. That's why that initial defender can be very important. You need to buy time for a teammate to join in on the action. Jackson will bring it up himself. One pass, and that was not true. The step back three, a little strong as Awesome with the left hand. He's the national team player, and some taunting to boot. Carberry fresh in, fakes right, goes left, works in the two-man game with Brooks. Now the pull-up on the right, no. And the foul on the rebound, and that should be free throws for the Arcs. Unlucky there as Corner looks to the bench and get a couple subs in. There's the Ye family taking in the game from behind the scorer's table. Jackson a close miss. The game tied at 60 apiece. Carberry waiting for a handoff. Zhihao slips the pass as Zhang Zheyan can't quite corral it. Time running out though as Carberry fourth shot. Another chance for the Ghosthawks. Brooks from 18 feet spinning, lost the handles of it, forces it up. And ball out of bounds. They say Ghosthawks, but the referees might have a conference and put some time on the clock.
1 second.
They do put 1 second exactly on the clock. Shot clock, that is. Zhihao taking that out of bounds. Carberry with some daylight almost. Well, they're in and out. We've seen plenty of those tonight. He wanted to slip, and almost a turnover on the Arcs. Both teams' jersey, I just noticed, are of their. Well, I guess ARC is not the initials, but it sure looks like it. Catch and shoot as the Ghosthawks start a 4-on-2. Carberry slips it to Chung. Quick hoist from the right corner. Arcs match up as Zhihao working left. Errant pass and a backcourt violation. George from 18 feet. There it goes. We gave a lot of credit to Zhihao's hot start this season, but with Lauren Jackson guarding, not nearly as aggressive. Brooks with a catch and shoot, and got it. Puts it in the face of Awesome. With only a minute to go in the third, it's close. So George flicks it up with the right hand, somehow gets it to fall. Chiadono airmails it and out of bounds. We say off of red. You look at George King through the heart of the Ghosthawks defense, somehow had the body control to put it on the rim. Spread out wide, feeling himself, the three, no. Just a little off as we're now under 30 seconds. Suhal from the right elbow, got it. Puts it through as we stay tied. For your reference, it was a tie game. In only 3 instances in the first half. Jackson with the floater off the window. And the Yankee Arcs will take a 2-point lead into the 4th and final frame of this one. Gonna spoil the Ghosthawks home opener.
好来，对面小朋友，由你们开始，波浪舞，一起来，来站起来，站起来，站起来 ，OK， 来，波浪不要停哦，我们攻势就会持续哦，非常好，大圆跑起来，跑起来，大圆加油，大圆加油，我们小朋友也一起加油，来，准备，OK。再一次，大圆准备要再绕一圈哦。OK， 非常好。来，波浪舞，我们不中断哦。大圆加油，大圆加油。好来，轮到我们这边的小朋友了，一起来，来准备站起来。1、2、3。持续一起，好，我们大圆非常辛苦，我们要给大圆一个掌声鼓励，非常厉害哦。
If you can believe it, the Yankee Arc have a chance to get their first win as a franchise, but they'll have to prove it in the next 12 minutes on the road. Carberry drilled pull-up 3, no. As Gabby, fresh in the game, got his hand on it, but Wang Luxiang will commit the loose ball foul. Love using this lineup with George and Alasang in the front court, and King in a little bit of trouble. They rotated around. Jackson got one in the air, popping up for the jumper. It's going to graze off, and here come the Ghosthawks. Gumal's back in the fray, working with Carberry as the double team comes, push from behind. Look out. Tobin Carberry goes by Dorby here in Taiwan. Not found his rhythm in this first game. But plenty of time to be in the winning effort. Does not make a good adjustment though. Double team in the front court, and King no look passes out of it. Now the Ghosthawks show off their zone. Rebounding foul the other way. Carberry fouling, leans away. On the backwards running sky hook. Interesting proposition as he seems to be going to the backboard every time with it. Mal almost tripped himself up. All the defense swarming as Wang Luxiang buries the three. Fresh off the bench. That is his first basket with his new team. Formerly played for the Steelers and for a brief stint with the Mars of Taipei. Alasang, look what I found, and gets himself a response. Pulls up, and that one's halfway down and out as ball batted out of bounds by Ma Yao, Zhang Zheya. We have not seen Quincy Davis since the first quarter, so maybe he did sneak on into the rotation without the coach's permission. Off in the right corner. Alasang, he tries the three, and Arts need to match up. Wang Luxiang, or I like to call him Little Lu, having been teammates with Captain Lu Zhenlu. That's the Arcs' second team foul. Despite being at home, the Ghosthawks only 6 for 12 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, their visitors 13 for 16, good for 81%. No look to Carberry. He tries the three, and nothing but net. Got a double team against Gawei Lun, who definitely gets away with something there. Nice spin counter, just off target for Gawei or Ye Weijie. And look out, we have a collision on the floor. Gawei Lun looks like he felt the brunt of that impact. Another look. He's on his feet, but still in a lot of discomfort. The Arcs are looking on with concern, but have not at all signaled for any substitutes. I think they might be forced by the referee to make a change here. Zhang Taosen, whose stat line has 1 3-point attempt and an incredible -10. Zone look, it's expanded as Gabby swirls in the mid-range jumper. King trying to switch sides, swallowed up. Ball tipped in the air. It's going the other way. Carberry, one man to beat, and he drops it. Timeout for the Arc as the Ghosthawks looking for the and one as well. They lead by 4.
胜利就在这里，场欢呼声 ！OK， 来就是要维持这样的气势哦。好，来，现在被我们弹幕拍到了，可以跟我们镜头挥挥手，跟着节奏一起摆动。OK， 来，芊，Hello， 跟镜头挥挥手。OK， 来就是这样，跟我们Winsa一样哦。好，来，看妹、弟弟，哎，你们被拍到了，你们被拍到了，跟镜头挥挥手。妹妹呀，妹妹呀。好，来这边的圈朋友 ，Hello，OK。把我们。
Correction, the Ghosthawks with 75 points. And the Arcs looking to break the pressure as Jackson will bring it up. Foreign set turns into a high ball screen. 3 teammates watching as Jackson, wedgie on the foul. Pretty straightforward there. Jackson, one free throw shy of double digits in the scoring department, but on 17 attempts from the field. He's not the only one with a less than a stellar field goal shooting night. Does make the adjustment. It's a low-scoring affair. This year in the Plus League, the average scoring is 102.9 points per game. Quite a ways away from that. As Carberry trying to work the timing and getting the buttery smooth right-handed finger roll. Jackson terminates the dribble as they're trying to look for Koopsas. He had it poked away. To the other side, and no, Gabby. They will count it on interference, not a foul, as the Ghosthawks still want an and one, but encouraged by their effort. Got another look. It's been a while since the Arcs have been looking at Koopsas on the low post, and not pay off. You can see Alasang, the referees deem the ball still above the cylinder with a chance to go in. Back to Koopsas, streaming for Jackson. Dribbles a clear out, got one in the air, and misses the gimme. They poke it, they say off of white. And this might be a good timing for Yihua's challenge on the replay. Ghosthawks, I recall, was the first import that the Arcs announced. Another look. Jackson had his hand in the cookie jar, and maybe Warren actually kicks it out of bounds with his shin. Anyways, Ghosthawks on the game, sitting at 9 points, only 2 rebounds, 3 blocks. That's a good contribution, but a team low -22 on the stat line. And from your starting center, that's tough. The referees, after looking at it, will actually have a conference.
声音要维持住哦，好不好
？Left IRS 改判为洋基球。
And so they saw contact by the Ghosthawks out of bounds. That could be a momentum shifter. Let's note that down at 7:06. Wang Liuxiang and Gu Mao in the front court, trying to pressure the Arcs. Take time off the clock, get them off their rhythm. Jackson, no look pass. Alassane go to the reverse, no Ghosthawks. Without even taking to the air, puts it back. Alwillan back in, trying to trail Carberry. He's got some daylight. The 3, got it. Cashing it from the left wing. And didn't I say, a couple 3-pointers by any individual out there could make a huge difference. Well, a 10-point lead. As Jackson on the reload, no. And Ghosthawks caught with a push. Tobin Carberry in the second half, 4 for 9. He's kind of getting into a rhythm. Jamal smacks it to his teammate as Gabby tried to trick him. Up forward as Alassane serves it up with a slam. Oh, how he snuck by the entire Ghosthawks 5 on the floor. Weijia, no, as everybody goes up for it. Ghosthawks come away with it. Five and a half minutes to go. Off the side of the basket support. No look pass as Alassane, even on the clutch, puts it down. He's fired up as the Ghosthawks see their lead trimmed down to 6. The fast break actually a weapon for both teams in this one. Pretty much all of it for the Arcs is with Alassane. That last one finally on a short-range pass. Otherwise, that's the specialty of Weijia for the Ghosthawks as they talk it over. There you see a deep pass. And he is capable with either hand to throw it down.
Free up. This cup. Right? Because they want to switch this. But this will be right there. Okay? And if not, hey, we play Pregame. Okay, hey, we got to get back on defense. Okay, make sure we have communication. Let's go, fellas, come on. Yep, get over this. Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense, let's go.
速度要打快一点，抓到篮板球，全部快攻球。
The Arcs still have work to go as it is a 17-9 fourth quarter for the Ghosthawks. In the fourth quarter, Carberry coming up with 10 points. He'll get a stint on the bench. The corner will save him for later. Double pass to Brooks. To an open, Baisa can't take advantage, and look out. And it's Hassan who bounces it on the right block, and it goes all the way out of bounds. Needed some help with the block out. Hassan has a game high 16 rebounds. That last one did not count. Loose handling by Baisa, but he escapes free, drops it off, and a one-handed finish for his new friend, Benes Grisiones. Unlucky if you're the Arcs, but you got to play through. Everyone out wide. Jackson from the logo takes a Charlie horse and needs some help. Yankey fires away, and money. Found money for the Arcs. Screen. Wang Yuxiang having hit a three. Not a lot of rotation on that last shot. We're now on the dribble pull-up, almost, as it looks like the two compatriots were inflicting a lot of damage on on each other. And I believe they call it double foul. Previously, Warren's three. That's why taller shooters get basketball scouts really excited as getting the look. Looks like the contact Ghosthawks to Grisiones already happened, but better look on that second go around. That's 5 team fouls for the Arcs, 4 for the Ghosthawks. Keep an eye on that as we are winding the clock down. Jackson slips it. Ghosthawks trying to go at the defense. The whistle as bad handling, but look at me. Look what I found. Damon Brooks. Him and Grisiones. That's a good combo. How about Baisa, though, with the effort rebound? Oh, he just lost the basketball. That's the luck going the other direction. A 3-possession lead for the Ghosthawks, as there you see one of the problems. Zozo was the only Arc that far down. If he had another teammate, somebody could have picked up the errant pass. Jackson trying to get around as Ghosthawks had enough of it. Tries a three and foul on the rebound. Damon Brooks, his third personal. No, Ghosthawks in serious foul trouble. Leads away with 4. Ghosthawks with 5 as he loses his footing. Numbers for the Ghosthawks if they push. Gumal drops it off, and Damon Brooks through the contact. Timeout Arcs. So eventually they do run it down the floor and through the visiting team for the score. As we mentioned, Brooks shoots the basketball mostly with his left hand, but has the skill to go to the off right hand for the lay-in, even around Alasang's extended contest.
Hey, 注意一下。
好，等一下，哎，不要，节奏要掌控住，不是好机会，不要乱投。哦，等一下我们全部打翻哦。就是传就切，传就切，传没有就不打快一点啊！因为你要拉外面，没有的话都还好。好，你问那个顾大师啊，好，尾轮修一下，尾轮修一下。
沙被犯规的时候，应罚2球 bonus 没有罚，所以现在要加罚2次的罚球，由猎鹰队从进攻。
There was a dead ball.
Curious case where they say
you had your chance.
the referees erroneously missed out on some free throws, and I've seen it the other way.
Right now, I protest. Let me sign the protest for the game. I wanted to protest for the game. You cannot take. We had a stop in between. Can you take the note? Protest.
You've seen it the other way, where the referee's putting the wrong free throw shooter at the line, puts it on the team, and takes away the free throws. And
there was a dead ball in between. There was a dead ball. You can only change it to the
I do not recall So it was DeMond Brooks' foul that
right now
should have been bonus free throws, or penalty free throws, I should say.
Okay, but don't take off. I will do this. Okay, I will do this. Make sure it doesn't.
Not something you'd expect to find in the FIBA rule book.
But you can also only correct it to the next dead ball. And there was a dead ball in between.
Corner probably has a strong standing here to say, if you miss it, you missed the opportunity, because the foul took place before the current mark of 3:01 in the game. Now, if there was a foul before the timeout and the referees checked the score sheet and realized it is a penalty situation, then putting a shooter at the free throw line would be understandable. And now looks like Corner and the referees have come to an understanding, whereas the Arcs head coach still not happy how long the Corner took in front of the scores table. Now, to be fair, if you do want to issue a protest to the game, you do need to find the official score sheet, which I am generously provided every game, has all the players of the two teams on a list, their foul count, and on the far right, a running total of the score, which, by the way, goes up to 160. I don't want to think about that. Team timeouts, team fouls, names, numbers, all there as part of the game. And on the very bottom, chance to protest. George King just bringing it over the timeline against Wang Luxiang. Flips it to Alasang. Over to Jackson. He's got a chance and leaves it short. DeMond Brooks takes the dribble and is fouled, trying to throw it down. At least we'll have a chance to score on the charity stripe. That would have easily been his best play in the Plus League. DeMond always sets up off to the right. Try to get his shooting hand, shooting elbow closer to the target. It's worked for him. He's got 20 and 8. Almost back to a double-digit lead here in the fourth quarter, and a lot less time left for the Arcs. They break the press as G06 splashes the three. The Arcs really needed it. Now he's up, pressuring Guomao and spun around. Baisa hops through, puts it up. 2 bounces in now. Look what I found with a right hand. Gets it to go, and the Ghosthawks with under 2 minutes, lead by 8. Jackson putting up a 3. This time he's hit. Free throws for Jackson on the game, 2 for 4 at the line. Talk about blocking out. Can't really fault anybody for the effort there. Jackson just changed up the routine a little bit. A perfect swish on the first attempt. Lighthearted moment between Alasong and Graciones. Jumping on that second free throw. The third one is good. Oh, a 5-point ball game as it's now King's turn to take on Guomao. Baisa hit and a beautiful English. Extra credit on the way. Teacher, I got it. Now a little offense, defense. Let's get a look at the trajectory of the basketball, kind of going away from the goal. And Baisa, he works on that every pregame. The spinning layups. And even with the knock to the forehead, had the orientation. Free throw's good too. Jackson working up the left side, gets a screen from George, shoots another 3, and the Arcs keep up. 5-point game, but time is running down. 2 go at Baisa, they break it. Somebody needs to match up with Guomao. It's once again King handling him earlier. Driven by the kick, Damon Brooks trying to issue the dagger, no. And the Arcs have a man ahead. 2 taps, 3 taps, and Damon Brooks has it. Held on the foul, no unsportsmanlike, but a break for the Ghosthawks. They had an opportunity to give away 2 points on the fast break, but the effort of Baisa to get his fingers on it, and Damon Brooks, once again, the second defender, so important to hustle down court and provide support. Number 4, Brooks, coming into tonight, only 1 for 6 from the line. He's been very good. Made a couple earlier. And stays perfect from the line tonight. Overall, 9 for 17. From the field, and maybe a little bit wayward. Still falls. As the Arcs, running out of time, calling another timeout. Talk about a game of inches and a game of runs, not layup. And the 2 free throws made is a swing of 4 points as we listen in.
等一下，那个 Jackson， 然后志伟在这里，哦，阿拉萨在这里，然后那个。 维杰，好 ，King， 好， 去挡他，然后围截出来，这边跳3分，没有走掉，然后再挡 King， 如果也没有，跳出来 pass， 啊 Jackson，the last one is you，OK， 我们等下还有一个修三帽，如果来不及马上就喊转，耶，抓到球可以，对，来 ，Let's go。 啊，更快一点哦。
Let's go, come on. Hey, it's gotta stop. Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense. Let's go.
Right now, the first possession for the Arcs is the most important because 61 seconds on the clock is, at least if this thing runs full, is about 3 possessions for the Arcs, 2 for the Ghosthawks. So making the first one go a long way to closing the distance, leaving yourself enough time, whether a 2 or a 3. Jackson finally gets it into King, flipping it over to Jackson. A step back 3, no. And a soft touch, but does not fall. Now Jackson trying to chase Gumal wherever he goes. Going for the steal, Gumal hangs on. Gets some relief as Baisa back fake, drops it off, and going in. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Gresiones might have just issued the dagger on an assist by Baisa. Ling Siwei has graduated. Don't know if he'll wear a cap and gown heading out of the arena. And the Arcs will bring in shooting with Zhang Ziya. Siwei's done admirable in place of Kupsas, who started the game. With a free throw made, that puts the Ghosthawks at an even 100 on the night, and 35 points scored in the 4th quarter. That's really unacceptable, and puts you so far behind the 8 ball if you're the Arcs. They call their short timeout, needing a miracle. It is a 4-possession game by conventional math. Can't really expect multiple 4-point plays. Looking ahead, the Ghosthawks play tomorrow against the league #1 Pilots. Meanwhile, the Yankee Arcs get to set their sights on their home opener on December 27th. They'll play a game the day after as well. Deep step back for George, does not touch anything until actually rudely getting to our Mandarin broadcast colleagues, maybe messing up their cords. That should just about do it as the Ghosthawks play keep away. Ethan back to Gumal, no fouls. Time will wind down. A flip, and Gresiones, even with a little push, able to sink that last shot as the Arcs give it a good effort, but will come away short of their first victory in the Plus League. 102-90 is your final. The Ghosthawks have won 2 in a row, and the Arcs start 0-2, but I will admit they do show a lot of improvement as a squad. Their defensive effort really broke down at the end after starting with a 16 points allowed in the first quarter to the Ghosthawks, who you could tell hold serve, do what they need to do to defend home court. Their rebounding and nose for the basketball was just a little bit sharper. And they'll need to put in their recovery work, as less than 24 hours is when they'll turn around and face the Pilots. 3-0 in the right now young plus league season, and also 3-1 in the East Asia Super League, which, by the way, the Braves are off this week to prepare for their Christmas Eve game against Seoul SK Knights. They also will follow that up with a road game, the first of their season. They played 3 games at home before taking on 3 on the road. That's just how the schedule shakes out. Well, as we wrap things up on this broadcast, we'll have our post-game player or coach interview. We'll look at the ARC's stat line, where 5 players score in double digits, led by Alasang's 18 points, 17 rebounds. A monster effort. Only fouled once. That's what you want to see. He was efficient 8 for 13 from the field. On the Ghosthawks side, the players signing size 3 basketballs, throwing them around. I wonder if a lucky someone can get lucky again, as we have our interview. It is Grisiones.
好的，场面现在为您访问到的是新洋将贝纳斯。Okay, Benas, first of all, talk about your performance tonight.
I think we did a great job as a team, you know. The team were able to find me, you know, on dump offs. I was able to finish that, but, you know, all thanks to the team. I think we brought a great energy. We started off slow, allowed them too many offensive rebounds, but then, you know, we took care of the business, got our defensive rebounds, also pushed the ball, and was able to finish the baskets.
Yeah, actually, this is your very first game. So can you talk more about the cooperation with your teammates?
I think it was great. You know, I had a month to prepare. We played a lot of scrimmages, so that was good. You know, those 4 weeks helped us for sure. We played a lot of scrimmages, you know, play against different teams. So I think we did a great job, you know, preparing. And now, you know, started the official game. So I'm happy.
Any words for the fans in Taiwan?
Oh yes, I'm very thankful. You know, thank you for watching online. Also, thank you for the fans for coming and supporting us. It really helps us and brings us a good energy.
Okay, lastly, say some Chinese to our fans.
谢谢.
Hey, nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. 好，please sign. 好，在签名的同时呢，这个贝纳斯有讲到的说在，这个1个月的准备，让他在状况调整的非常不错，也非常感谢今天跟队友之间的配合，帮助他调整到最好的状况。那当然呢，在这个粉丝的部分，他就希望说大家一起来继续支持球队，继续支持他。我们休息一下之后回来。
好的，谢谢我们的古猫，那换我们的志豪。
谢谢大家到场支持。未来的主场我们一样会继续努力，谢谢。
谢谢大家今天的支持哈，明天一样，希望各位可以持续进场支持我们猎鹰的球员，支持我们的古文维嘉还有我们的志豪。好，那接下来呢，轮到我们巡艺大使，我们回答我们球迷留言的时间了哈。来，我们先选一下。
谢谢大家。
来，我们就抽一张，你们想要回答，你们先选一张，然后回答一下。好， 那我们古毛还有我们的志豪都已经选了一张留言，要来跟球员朋友回答的哈。那我们
接着，
来，谁要先？好，我们念出来，然后对我们球员朋友说句话，这样子。OK， 来，志豪先。
猎鹰加油，拿下冠军！我们会继续努力，朝冠军的方向迈进。谢谢，
谢谢我们志豪。那接下来换我们的古毛。
我会选这张的原因是因为上面写健康出赛，那我也希望我们大家可以健康的出赛，打完一整个赛季。
没错，相信你们一定可以健康出赛，打完这个赛季，并且带领我们拿下最后的胜利、最后的冠军，对不对？
对，
谢谢。
好，我们再次用掌声，谢谢我们的徐大使、古毛，还有我们的志豪。
A new activity at the home of the Ghosthawks, where the players will read some of the comments as provided by the Ghosthawks fans. For this one, it's Guma Weijia and Zhang Zihao. Well, somebody who's on the point guard front who did make a big contribution was Tobin Carberry, who I mentioned. If either team got a player to make a couple of threes, well, Carberry's 2 3-pointers toward the beginning of the fourth quarter make a huge difference, as playing from behind and playing from ahead are 2 different things, as we saw play out. There's the final statistics where the Ghosthawks win the ball game 102-90 points, field goal shooting, 3-point shooting, rebounds, assists, and turnovers from top to bottom. The biggest thing for the Arcs that doesn't show up on the team statistics is how they will play their personnel with Midaugas Kupsas in the middle, the 7'1" center, out there for 11 points and 5 rebounds, but a team low -20. They actually played a lot of center, power forward lineups, which was very curious. They'll have a week to work on their game plan against the Pilots and the Ghosthawks in that order, whereas the Ghosthawks, now victorious, will have to face a very different style in the Taoyuan Puyuan Pilots tomorrow. On behalf of Julian and Jason and our production and the Plus League office, we thank you for watching. I'm Ryan Chen, and we'll see you in the next one.